Hello everyone. Today we will gain some basic knowledge about contract laws through some basic multiple choice questions. So without wasting any time, let's start with it. Question is, choose the best combination from the options given below. The assertion is a minor's contract cannot be ratified by him on attaining the age of majority. The reason is a ratification in law is treated as equivalent to previous authority. The options are A. Both assertion and reason are false. B. The assertion is false but the reason is true. C. Both assertion and reason are true and reason is a correct explanation of assertion. And D. Assertion is true but the reason is false. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, both assertion and reason are true and the reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Next question is, the communication of acceptance through telephone is regarded as complete when dash. The options are A. When the acceptance is spoken on telephone. B. When the acceptor has done whatever is required to be done by him. C. When the acceptance is put in course of transmission. Or D. When the acceptance comes to the knowledge of the party proposing. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is, the communication of acceptance through telephone is complete when the acceptance comes to the knowledge of the party proposing. Next question is, A agree to buy from B a certain horse. It turns out that the horse was dead at the time of the bargain, though neither party was aware of the fact. The agreement is dash. The options are A valid for claim of compensation, B voidable, C void, or D valid. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, the agreement is void. The next question is, every promise and set of promises forming the consideration for each other is known as, options are A, an agreement, B, an offer, C, a proposal, or D, a contract. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, every promise and a set of promises forming the consideration of each other is known as an agreement. The next question is, the misrepresentation means and includes which of the following? The options are A. Misstatement of a fact material to the contract. B. None of the choices. C. Both positive assertion of unwarranted statement of misrepresented facts material to the contract. And D. Positive assertion of unwarranted statements. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is, the misrepresentation means both positive assertion of unwarranted statements and misstatements of facts material to the contract. The next question is, which provision of the Indian Contract Act 1872 embodies a rule enunciated in Clayton's case related to appropriation of payment? The options are A. Section 59, B. Section 60, C. Section 61, or D. Section 58. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is, the Section 59 of the Indian Contract Act embodies the rule enunciated in Clinton's case related to appropriation of payment. So now let's see what this Section 59 states. Section 59 states the application of payment where debt to be discharged is indicated. This section states that where a debtor owing several distinct debts to one person makes a payment to him either with express intimation or under the circumstances implying that the payment is to be applied to the discharge of some particular debt, The payment, if accepted, must be applied accordingly. Where a debtor owing several distinct debts to one person makes payment to him, either with express intimation or under circumstances implying that the payment is to be applied to the discharge of some particular debt, the payment, if accepted, must be applied accordingly. So, now moving on to the next question. Who said acceptance to an offer is what a lighted matchstick is to a train of gunpowder? The options are A. Sir Fredrick Pollock B. D.P. Mulla C. G.C. Cheshire or D. Sir William Anson. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, Sir William Anson said the acceptance to an offer is what a lighted matchstick is to the train of gunpowder. Powder. The next question is a man enfeebled by a disease or age is induced by B's influence over him as his medical attendant to agree to pay B an unreasonable sum for his professional services. B employs which one of the following? Options are A. Misrepresentation, B. Coercion, C. Undue influence, or D. Fraud. The correct answer to this question is option C. That the B has employed an undue influence over the deceased man who is very deceased and is old. The next question is if agreement is against public policy, it shall be which of the following? Options are A. Valid, B. Voidable, C. Irregular, or D. Void. The correct answer to this question is option D. That is, any agreement which is against the public policy shall be void. Moving on to the last question. Which among the following is generally referred to as subtle species of fraud? Options are A. Coercion, B. Deliberate mistake, C. Undue influence, or D. Misrepresentation. The correct answer to this question is option C. That is, the undue influence is generally referred as a subtle species of fraud. Thank you.